Welcome back, everyone, here to Bronx Talks. Today, we got a very special video for you guys. We are going to be talking about the Yankees bullpen and why they have the best bullpen in Major League Baseball. There's no doubt that the Yankees bullpen this year has been nothing short of dominant. They've been really, really good from top to bottom in that bullpen. A lot of players have performed very, very well. And it seems like whoever comes in the game, you got a really good feeling about them coming in the game and that they're going to be able to get the job done. So, Christian, what are your overall thoughts on the Yankees bullpen?
It's been really good. They have the best bullpen ERA in the majors, and it's been really it's almost kind of funny because if you look at the bullpen and I get relievers, relievers aren't going to be the biggest names in baseball, but you look at the Yankees bullpen, not a lot of guys that really stand out there. Ian Hamilton, right? Jimmy Cordero. Your casual fan is probably wondering who these guys are, but they have been so big for the Yankees. And what makes you feel even better is they have some really good pieces that are injured right now, right? Canely, Loizica. When those guys come back, this this bullpen that's already the best in baseball becomes even better. It's really a strength. And I mean, we've seen it for a while, but this year especially.
Yeah, absolutely. And also, Ian Hamilton just went down as well. So he's another guy when he comes back. Ian Hamilton has had a great year. But when you look at that Yankees bullpen, they have so much depth in that bullpen. Wandy, Clay Holmes, Ron Marinaccio. I mean, Jimmy Cordero, the list goes on and on and on. Michael King. And their bullpen's just been very, very good. I think you got to give Matt Blake a lot of credit and Brian Cashman and the Yankees front office on how they've constructed the bullpen because it's been a strength now for years. But this year, especially, it looks really, really good. And the depth in that bullpen is super, super good. And you can really, really shorten up games. You got guys like Michael King in there. And I think the Yankees could definitely have a couple relievers that make the All-Star team here in 2023. They got a 2.87 ERA in the bullpen, which is the lowest in baseball. And they got 15 saves, which is tied for first with the most saves in baseball. And I think another thing that's really interesting about the Yankees bullpen is they don't really have a designated set closer. They don't have a guy. It's like, all right, ninth inning, he's coming in. And it was kind of Clay Holmes last year. But this year, it's kind of been like Clay Holmes, Wandy Peralta. We've seen Ron Marinaccio at times. They have so many guys closing out games each and every day. And I think that's really been a strength for them. You can mix and match guys and just find the best matchup rather than saving your designated closer for the ninth inning. I think that's been a big help. And it's just been awesome to see this Yankees bullpen, perform.
Yeah. And you could almost make the argument it's better not to have a closer because when you have a guy like they've had in years past where it's Chapman or Holmes, and then that guy starts struggling and it's such a big deal because it's like, do you move him out of the role? What now he's no longer pitching the ninth inning. It just becomes a whole to do when you don't have that. Now it's just who's better for this matchup, right? So you don't have to worry about Clay Holmes and reserving him for the ninth inning. No, if you have a lane where it's guys who can't really hit the sinker, you can throw Clay Holmes and Wandy Peralta can close. And I really think it makes the bullpen more dynamic. And it's something that, I mean, when's the last time the Yankees haven't had a closer, right? Last year it was Holmes, and then forever it was Chapman. So, I mean, is there a correlation there? I don't know, because maybe guys are just getting put in better spots this year. And another thing that I want to talk about, I don't know if this is totally just around baseball or it's just the Yankees, but they do this anytime a new pitcher is coming in the game. It is never a clean inning. They always do it 2 outs, runners on. They do not give pitchers clean innings. And there is a strategy to it because with the rule, you have to face three batters. They figure you bring a guy in with 2 outs, say he doesn't have it. All right, well, let's hope he can at least get 1 out, and then you could take him out because the three batter rule, it doesn't matter if it's a new inning. I do wonder if other teams are doing that because I mean that might be really benefiting the Yankees too.
Yeah, and I think the bullpen has just been a huge, huge part for this team. I mean, if the Yankees didn't have a good bullpen, I don't know where they'd be this year because the back end of their rotation, they haven't got they haven't got much strength in the back end. They haven't got much length out of the back end of the rotation. Um, but the bullpen's just been a huge, huge part for this team. And, I think it's really going to play effective, in October and having the ability to shorten games. And it's just something I'm really, really excited to see, especially when we get all these guys back and the Yankees bullpen gets even stronger. Even some of the replacement guys, like you got Albert Abreu, who's kind of low leverage guy. Ryan Weber as well, but even in high leverage situations, they've performed very well. So it's just something you really got to be excited about as a fan. And every time the Yankees go to the bullpen, you just seem really confident with whoever's coming out there. So it's just something I'm really, really excited about. And I can't wait to see when we get some of these guys back and how much better it will get.
Yeah, and if we're talking about the bullpen, I mean we have to mention this guy, Mike King. I mean, how important he is for the Yankees bullpen. It is crazy because he has the power to reset the bullpen just by
Yeah.
pitching 2 or 3 innings. I mean, having Cole every fifth day start, say he gives you 7, and then you can go right to King to finish the game. To have a day where you can just reset the bullpen with one guy, that's really important. That's something the Yankees were missing for the second half of last year. And
Yeah. And
that
Chris,
is part of what makes Mike King so valuable.
yeah, no doubt about it. And Mike King is super, super valuable. He's such a valuable asset because there's not a lot of guys like him in Major League Baseball when it comes to relievers. You don't see many guys, come out of the pen, can give you 2 or 3 innings. And like you said, Mike King comes in the game and he could just rest the bullpen, reset it, and just look absolutely dominant out there. So I think the Yankees bullpen is very, very good. They get so many weapons out there in the pen, so many different looks. And I think it's just awesome. And I really love the Yankees bullpen.
Yeah, the only thing I would say is I am curious, is this bullpen like one that's built for October? Because as we said earlier in the video, this is like, these aren't known high leverage guys, but so I mean that would be my only concern. How do some of these guys perform when it gets like on the big stage? But I mean, so far they're really all doing great. So I mean, they've passed the test so far. It just comes down to when you keep going. I don't know, Ian Hamilton in like the ALDS. I don't know. We just haven't seen it yet.
Well, we've seen Wandy in the playoffs, and he's really, really good. So, there's some guys pitching the playoffs really, really good. The Saiga, Holmes. But yeah, some of these new guys we'll have to see. But you got to feel confident with the way they're pitching right now.